us, they've become solid. It feels like that entire team now clicks together. They are playing well together. On the other end, G1, we saw it in the first series of the day, them playing with Dying. Their offense is one of the scariest I have seen in a long while.
It's pretty nuts. It's pretty nuts. I'm excited to see if this sticks. Of course, Oli, really the big missing man of the moment. But let's see what Dying can do. It's a talent factory, Rocket League. Always new kids on the block. And Dying looking to prove either with G1 or anyone who is willing to try him that he's going to be a name for next season. And here he is, almost getting the dunk on Nas. It's our opening shot, but no goal to show.
Next season, this tournament, it's all the same thing, isn't it, Relic? You have to get going right from the get-go, and this is a good opening section right away from G1. Nas with the clear into Simas. What can he do?
Around the corner, it's back to Tekos. Up he goes, has two chasing. Simas on the far side looking to replace, not just replace it, but to recycle it into a central area. Ends up doing it, but it doesn't find its way forward too much. How about this though? Solo play from Nas. Again, comes to a stop with Atomic taking it into the midfield.
And as the young gun, there was so much hype behind him. Of course, not as much as Sen, but there was a hype behind Nas coming up, and we were all thinking like he could be something big, he could be doing something great. Never had his chance to shine in RLCS, but in the Odyssey, he has been proving that he is capable of playing at the top level. So is Simas trying to create something this time around, ball into the middle, but ends up nowhere.
Letting the defense, and it's Simas who has to fish it out from off the line. Nas. Pocket picked by Dying. Demo on the back line. G1. It's a flick over one from Atomic. A little bit too much mustard on that. Tekos. Nice snuff from Dying. Here's Nas now. Struggling to get out. Far post shot. Was going to hit the post anyway. Had to be sure Tekos. And now on the counter attack, here he goes. Looking for a second touch. Well read by Dorito.
And you can see that the flavors of SK Gaming are combining together to create something great, but nothing just yet. It's the reader to the side, not getting a touch, and Atomic to the middle. Locked off by Nas, gets the clear, and the bump as well. But Zero Boost to the tank, all he can do is pass.
This is a very nice pass, so great read from Dying. Simas perhaps getting a little bit tied up over his own shoelaces on that occasion. Here's Atomic, nice meet in the middle here from Nas once again. Didn't quite get the second challenge on Dorito. And possession is lost nonetheless. Dying, looking for Atomic. Near post shot. Falls to Nas. Simas with the go-ahead. Nas, nice slowdown, but Dying sees through the facade. Tekos. Ooh, nice fake. Simas going for the far side. Back into the middle. Dorito with a read. And Nas in field. Bit of a standstill here as we head to halftime.
Standstill, but it's still looking to go either way. They're both these teams are just really testing the waters right now with the ball into the middle. Testing is done. Shooting has been here. And Tekos thought he was on the wrong Spanish team.
Oh, what are you doing? You had it. Perhaps a little bit too much of the mind games. They were going for the bump, and G1 thought, well, you're going to save the shot anyway. So we'll leave you to that, and I wonder whether that is going to come back to bite them, because here's G1, a really important interception play here from Nas. Atomic bumped. Tekos trying to put on a bit of a redemption tour, wins the challenge. And that's a bit of a, it's not just a bit of a Hail Mary, it's a bit of a clearance right down the other side, relieves the pressure instantly. Dying, met on the wall by Nas. Every single which way you look, Spooks. They have answers for each other, and that is so impressive for both teams.
It's been a fun ride so far. The speed has been insanely high as well. It's Nas dropping it down low, trying to remove the speed, but it's Dorito with the fake onto Atomic. He free-jumped it and read it beautifully. And you asked if it was gonna bite them with Tekos saving the ball. Yes, it will.
It was an unfortunate respawn for Tekos, having to come at that backwards rather than it forwards. But RNG wasn't really going to matter. Nas losing the ball, that's the start of the domino effect. It's beautiful accuracy from Atomic, and if there's one thing we can say about this SK side, I think you're spot on. Solid. But that's all you can say across both Odyssey tournaments so far, Spooks. Mid in stats across the board. They've got to sprinkle some Stardust, otherwise G1's going to be running all over them.
Mid in stats, mid in pass, the ball down to Nas, but not in the net. The final chapter that they need. The final chapter to their storyline is a final and is a goal, but it's not been found.
Very pretty passing plays. Very much similar to their opponents before them in the quarters. Simas not able to throw it round the corner. Tekos with a miss. And Atomic with the lift. Here's Simas. Sees an open net, shoots for it. Dorito forced to pounce this one away. Tekos Again round the corner. Oh, it's a miscommunication. Tekos, oh, he doesn't know what to do. He's almost stuck in plain sight, and now down the counter-attacking end. Here's G1, goes wide, and my goodness, my goodness.
That ball should have been in, but it was so awkward in front of the net of G1. And Tomek, not so awkward in this situation.
Oh.
2 people going for Nas. The poor man. He's alone fending off 2 people who are set to get him out of the way.
That was exceptionally frantic. I'm sure you heard it in my voice. I'm sure that the comms were pretty similar as well, because from one end of the pitch where there's an open goal scenario, but you're in the wrong place to strike it. This is another good opportunity, but not enough welly on the kickoff attempt. Simas going to throw it onto the backboard. Almost an own goal situation. Dorito thankful that his teammate Atomic, who is on it in this first game, was on hand to save the day. And Spooks at the end of game 1, gotta say, great administrative effort here from G1. That was a tough game 1. SK could so very easily have scored, and the fact that they didn't is great credit to them.
My honest feelings right now, Relic, is put your hands in the air, take them around a bit, and that's how I feel. I don't know what's going on. That was genuinely crazy. We saw the amount of pressure from SK Gaming. It looked great, but G1 just survived. And this is something we saw earlier against Sick. We saw the exact same thing. The exact same problem, so to say, where G1, their defense on the goal line is impeccable. It's unstoppable. It's like a Spanish Great Wall that cannot be broken.
Botifara found a similar SK Gaming here. SK Gaming's got the most shots. Against Botifara, they could convert that into game wins, but Botifara, I think, were unlucky to come away with a 4-0. I literally mentioned before we came on air, against G1, that's not going to cut it, and so it shows. From 6 goals, they convert a third of them. The 1 goal was enough to take them across the line in the first place. We head to Forbidden Temple now for game number 2, and I think my analysis near the back end of that game still stands. We need to see a bit of stardust from SK. You can't just defend all game, nor can you not score all game.
But I think both of us will maybe agree to this, that so far, the speed and the chaoticness that has been shown right from the get-go is unusual for this level of gameplay to be starting like this. It is something we never see.
All we see from Dorito. Tries to fake out Tekos. Good read. He's dying. Nas writes 2 challenges really sweetly. Tekos in field. And Simas gets to the ball, but was harried by an on-rushing attacker. Forces Tekos back immediately into the counter-attack G1. That's their first shot registered. Lovely demo. The pressure still oncoming. And there's Simas. Backboard. Infield. Looking for a return. And, well, Dying didn't get an answer.
Return back to sender as Dying takes control once again, but this one back into the blue half. It's Tekos, goes high. Can he do the solo play? Looking for the bump on Dying, but Dying gets it to the side and back to Atomic with a clanger of a ball.
Oh, big demo. Atomic. Oh, what a miss from Atomic. I mean, that was too easy a chance, perhaps, for Atomic, who is shown to be the most on-song player, at least from the opening 5 minutes of this series.
Simas has a bit of time here, but needs to be quicker than that. Atomic with the clear once again into the hands of Tekos. Tekos goes for the low 50, but it goes against him once again. Atomic, the man who I claimed was so smart, is playing smart again with the double flip reset down. Maybe asking too much this time around.
It's another warning shot for SK Gaming, and you can't be missing the ball like that, Simas. It's 2v1. Nas fishes it out and away from the pool, but it's straight back into the murky waters. Atomic only finds Tekos, who drives it away upfield.
Do it. I'm a bit disappointed that didn't go anywhere really with the flip reset. I genuinely had hopes because it's Tekos that went for it. This time around though, the craziness has found its path through the defense.
All comes from Nas as a challenge from Dorito, but look at Simas with that go-ahead bump/demo. Tekos shadows them like a hawk and strikes upon the prey. And G1 are going to be a little bit disappointed from their perspective, Spooks. They have certainly been on top for the opening 2 minutes.
On top, but not ready just yet. You cannot get complacent against G1. Nas dropping it straight on down. Dorito to the side. Simas takes it a bit slower, tries to breathe, and that's important for all of us as well. Breathe, but can G1 get some breath going like this? Atomic with the clear into the hands of Dorito, blocked off by Tekos, but into the hands of Dying we go. The quick counterattacks are going, and it's going the other way, because that's 2 for SK Gaming.
You can hear a solitary tear rolling down the cheek of Endpoint fans as they Simas basically see him 1v2 the defense, draws them out into a panic, draws them toward that left wing, if we're looking at it from an SK perspective, and because they've been drawn out of rotation, when Tekos sees that open line shot, he goes for it. All he's got to do is get it on target, and it's going into the back of the net. Beautiful play from SK, halftime comes and goes.
Spoke about Endpoint fans, someone please check in on Craftman so he's not crying right now. Just gotta make sure that G1 is also not crying right now as they're stuck in defense, not being able to break free, even with the bumps here and there. Dorito finally finds a breakthrough, down from Dying, but into the hands of Simas.
Here he goes forward again. Leaves it to Dorito. Possibly out of boost, out of ideas. Certainly not the case for G1 as they force a save from Tekos. And here he is again, wins the second challenge on his bike. Dorito with an important touch. Tekos misses his second. Nas forced into a field bad backflip. Simas on the scene. Drives towards the backboard. Excellent read from Dorito. Out and about. Tekos was hoping that one of his teammates would be on that far side. No one to receive, and Dying gets the clearance.
Big boom ball coming out from Simas as well. Back down from Atomic. Into the corner we go. Miss from Dying. Dorito doesn't miss this ball though, and it is missed by the SK Gaming defense. That could have been scary, that could have been dangerous, but it was still not it.
They switch sides. I'll be watching G1 playing as SK and SK playing as G1 because that's what it sure feels like. Not
You'd almost
used
think so.
to this inaccuracy from G1, not used to the double commits from G1. I know they're trialing Dying, whether it's for a permanent spot or otherwise, it's not working out. Panic stations for G1 with just 60 seconds left.
Their offense has greatly improved with the addition of Dying. Their defense and double commits have also maybe greatly improved. Dying has greatly improved though with this shot on death. And we've spoken about it before. We said it so many times. A 2-goal lead is the worst you can have.
Contextually speaking, the new kid on the block, you'd understand him not perhaps having the mental strength of your Doritos or your Atomics. And it's nice to see him at least ride the wave a little bit, bounce back from a double commit, which those can start to pile up the more you think about it. Gets an important goal, and Simas with an important throwaway here as G1 looks for a second.
Seconds keep on ticking down, and the 1 goal in between these two teams, and overtime is still standing. It's Nas. Bring it back down, gets bumped, Dying goes high. Is there a man? Dorito drops it down. Tekos saw it pull from heaven down to the ground. It's Simas not getting the touch, and it means that we go to the side once again. Just wasting time right now from SK Gaming.
And it's important, good communication on the defensive front, on the rotational front, on the bumping. No! And you could see it coming from where we were looking. Atomic with an important one.
Relic claims he saw it coming. I clearly didn't, and neither did Nas. He did not see that one coming. 15 seconds on the clock. And what did I say, Relic? What did I say about a 2-0 lead?
All the hard work undone. And SK staring down the barrel of either a 3-2 loss or overtime. I think they'll take the OT at this stage. The G1 for the majority of this game have been in the driving seat. They've just lacked the scoreline. Back on parity, back on level terms. G1 looking for a third, or will they spike it? I think certainly the blue team do. They get what they desire. Overtime on game number 2.
They get what they desire. We get what we desire right now with the overtime, and Dying desires a goal, but his desire gets put to the side. As this one needs to be another time of asking. Simas goes with the clear.
Dying. Dorito goes back to the corner. Simas waiting for him. A bit of a scrunch off his car. Does well to get it as far as Atomic past him, but not as far as Dying. Tekos has to be wary at this near post, and finally a bit of relief for SK Gaming. Simas 1v1. Here's Tekos in support. Backboard. Dying throws it back, and that forces Simas and Nas all the way to square one.
Square one, it's Tekos to the side. Trying to start from square one, but not being able to create much with this. Dorito to the side once again. G1 has offensive pressure, but I call it fake offensive pressure because nothing is really being created from it. It's just side to side, up and down. Nas misses the ball. Tekos dies first troubles.
SK looking to be cute. G1 looking to be in their face. Dying, living up to the name, but not for him, but for you. Double demo power play. Not that that means much, because Nas has done an excellent job buying time down the other side of the field. Bump, Dying, Atomic, big save.
Tekos kept the steam alive and made sure that the overtime keeps on going. And Simos back to the middle, Dorito. Clear up high, Atomic is quick, has the flip. Can he get another touch? Looking for another one, but not getting it. Simos with the clear. This could be good. This could be dangerous. This could be great. But Tekos blocked off by Dorito.
Half a second away from that 3-2 winner. Shot in the veins. Oh, adrenaline pumping for SK Gaming. Living fabled lives, but looking for the fairy tale ending now. Dying, forced back into the corner. Simas waits, double commit though. And my goodness, are they lucky that G1 weren't ready for that counter-attack.
SK Gaming hoping for a happy after, but so far they still have got to get through the end boss in G1. The winners of last RSO is Simas going higher than we all thought, dropping it down low from the ceiling even. And Dying gets the clear to Atomic. Atomic with the shot. Ness left alone and couldn't deal with the pressure.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because it was a really nice drop down, perhaps a little too aggressive. SK Gaming didn't have the confidence that it was going to reach the mark upon which they could poach away a goal, and straight back down the other side. Nas caught the wrong way around. Guesswork to try and read the ball. Of course, he's going to have eyes on it, but trying to coordinate your brain in such a way to be able to read it properly, it's always a difficult skill to have in your locker. G1, once again, get the job done. A much better effort from SK, though.
A much better effort, but you would probably agree with me to this. Wasted potential, I would say, for SK Gaming.
Yeah.
2-0 up with the last seconds, and they give it away.
Yeah, it's a shame. But you kind of have to give credit to G1 at the same time, because
of course,
it's difficult, as any team knows, to go 2-0 down when you're on top. Because then you're thinking, well, is it something I'm doing wrong? Is it just we're losing every challenge because of fate, because of luck? But no, G1 keep on applying the pressure, and ultimately the quality shines through. For me, I'm still expecting G1 to win this series comfortably. Ooh. And SK Gaming is merely playing the part that we are expecting of them right now.
But what part are they playing then, Relic? Are they playing the heroes, the villains, the bystander,
the plucky underdog
on the background?
The plucky underdog who can't quite get it done, Spooks. But I'm more than happy for new chapters to be written in this book. It's game number 3.
Underway. It's Dying. Look to get things going right away. Atomic, the one that I've been impressed with the most today with G1. Atomic has looked so smart, so insanely consistent as well. It is like he has been blown new life into him.
Now, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Nas leaves the game immediately. Placebo effect. It's Fennec time. It's the new most popular car in the entirety of Rocket League, deposing the Octane for the first ever time in RL Esports history. Whether it's going to have that much of an effect or not, I don't know, but at least the first minute's coming and going, and SK once again looking combative in the midfield without too much pressure on that backline for G1.
This feels like a lot of a way calmer game than what we saw in game 1 and 2 already. More time to breathe, more time to relax, as we see Simas try to pass into the middle. Tekos there with the hit up once again. Stop doing that, police SK Gaming, because it's not leading to anything good. It's leading to Atomic with the clear to over. Dying has a chance, but not here.
And Tekos going the other way. Catches G1 off guard, actually. Buys a little time, as the boost tanks were no doubt low for SK Gaming. Dying wins the race here on the sidewalk, and that's a nice help on, albeit not towards net. Still gives G1 something to work with. Tekos loses out. Dorito, that's a lovely pass in field, but Atomic not willing to risk it. And I don't blame him either. The first goal could be incredibly important in a game number 3 that might potentially see G1 onto match point.
Good read by Simas right there to see the passing attempt coming out from G1. It's Tekos going down, and this should be it. This should be it, please. Thank you. Thank you.
If it wasn't in, I would have left.
I would have flipped my head upside down. I don't know what would have happened, because I don't know what happens.
end the series. But thankfully, we don't have to end the series because Tekos has got that go-ahead goal. Again, a little bit against the run of play, but I do feel like this opening minute, 2 minutes or so, a lot closer than what we saw on Forbidden Temple. That's certainly going to be good value for SK Gaming. It's going to be a happy word in the ear from the coach. But still 3 minutes to navigate, Spooks, and we know what happens with a 2-0 lead before.
Yeah, but this is just a 1-0 lead, so there's still spine in that sense. If we take it like that, it's Simas looking for a pass in the middle. Actually fakes out the pass. Good call by him, and Tekos was first out of everyone. Dorito with just a pass up, Nas with the pass down, straight to Simas, shot on target, blocked by Dying. Easily read, and I think the biggest difference so far really has been the speed of gameplay.
I agree, a lot more direct, and speaking of, Atomic, as if on cue, finds their equalizer.
Finds their equalizer, and I mean, there's a 50 going right into his hands right there. Atomic, he knew what was going on, but I don't think he expected the 50 going that type of way. 1-1 game, once again, close it up. Tekos, right into your hands, and Dying just pushes him out of the way.
Tekos was a good read. It was 2v1, and now it's 3v1 down the other end. Lovely work from Dorito trying to feed it to Dying. Simas decided to smush it up against the backboard and didn't get much joy from it at all. Tekos misses out, and Simas running back steals away the 100 boost. But look at this fanciful toes from on the Cyber G1. To be fair, I don't know what on earth is going on because I was expecting a strong counter-attack. It didn't end up happening. The ball lingering in front of net, and now G1, this attack is completely broken down.
I'm starting to wonder what's going on as well. This is a good passing play. That's what's for sure going on as Nas with the clear. Looking for something. But G1, are you okay? Do we need to have a conversation about you bumping into your own teammates? Because I am not just confused, and it rarely happens that Isaac Caster gets confused by a gameplay thing.
It's
so
really
I
strange.
am very weirded out right now.
It's very strange because the performance most of the time is 8, 9 out of 10. It's really consistent, and then we just get completely blindsided by by Rocket League nonsense, for the better want of a term. And it's why SK really has been afforded a bit more of an opportunity than perhaps many pundits would have expected to this point. Still a tie game, 1-1, and SK on the attack. It opens up nicely. Atomic throws it away from Nas. Tekos back into the center. No one there to receive, and Dying straight down the other end requires Simas onto the backboard and neatly away.
Well done by SK Gaming, and Nas with the control. Goes for the high ball. It's Atomic to the side though, trying to get some control, not being able to get it, and Dying with the big booming ball. Maybe the best option right now for G1. As SK Gaming leaves this ball alone, it's fast. But right into Tekos' hands. Tekos looks for another touch, not getting it. Simas is there for the backward hit. Atomic with a weird touch, but it does lead to a bit of consistency, I would say, but the consistency is gone, thrown out of the window.
Literally what I was saying before, Atomic has to read it, does well, but the landing isn't great. Look at that bounce off the ground because he's falling from such a height. Doesn't have the boost to be able to soften the landing and reposition himself nicely. And it's wonderful work from SK finally. A bit of aggressiveness, a bit of ferocity in their attacking play, and it's seen them into another lead. Now, can they keep it for the next 30 seconds?
They're punishing them with defensive mistakes out of G1, but G1 is not known for the strength in defense, it's known for the strength in offense, and Dying nearly getting this one on target. This one goes into the middle once again. Simas, they get it back up into the air. Tekos has time, but no boost. Can he drop it straight down? Just wasting all the time. Nas goes high, more time being wasted. Drops it down low. Past the defenders, and they don't need to waste any more time.
Smart play number 1, just pop it up. You're wasting boost from the enemy defense. Great play number 2, reading the fact that Atomic completely flubbed the touch away to the side, puts it home, 3-1, and SK, the pulse is alive. It's 2-1 in the series, and now G1 to be tested.
It is indeed beating. I'm just checking my own pulse right now, Relic. Just making sure, yes, it's still ongoing, but what a crazy match this one was. Game 1 and 2, we both knew exactly what was going on. It was readable. It was seeable. We knew what was being played, and we knew that it was good Rocket League. Game 3, it was good Rocket League. It was a fun match, but my goodness, there were so many awkward situations.
4 shots. Count them, folks. 4 shots for SK Gaming. 3 converted. Very much against SK Gaming form to this point, where some would say wasteful, some would say unfortunate to come up against great defenses in a great moment. In this case, it's G1 that's the wasteful ones. 8 shots on target, 1 goal to show for it. Dorito with no shots across the entirety of the game.
Surprising.
Very surprising, yeah, absolutely. And G1, it's not a go back to the drawing board situation necessarily, Spooks, but it's got to be worrying that SK did have as little shots as they did, and they found a way through 3 times out of 4.
The problem I have with this, though, and it's not necessarily a problem for G1. G1 has lost a game in every single match they've played so far. Every single series they've done, they've lost a match already. So, is this just another one to add to the pile of matches they've already lost? Or is this genuinely the opening for SK Gaming?
Well, everyone does like a plucky underdog. But actions speak louder than words, and as we get kicked off Utopia Coliseum, G1 know that game win here will put them onto match point scenario. Then again, they knew it last game as well, and the result did not go their way.
Oh! That goes! Almost with the pinch! And you know we were not expecting that, because normally whenever we stop talking, we don't expect the goal to happen right away, but that one, dangerous, near perfection from Tekos, but near is not good enough.
Smells good. I like what they're cooking here, SK Gaming. G1 6s and 7s for the opening minute. You can tell that the results not going their way, or the difficulty to get results, is certainly working against them, but Atomic don't care. Going nuclear in front of net with some beautiful ball control.
Atomic asking his teacher, is it still a low grade, or do I get put up to an 8 or a 9? Null Relic, let us know.
That is an A star in both effort and execution. And it immediately makes you feel good about the G1 chances once again. SK fighting from behind. Not for the first time in this series. The G1 want more. They want a second. They might get a second. Lovely interception from Tekos. Is that going in? Oh, for the second time in this game, it's wide.
It is wide, and it means you have to try once more. Dying. What can you do with this? It's into the middle once again. Put away, but not far enough. Atomic with the solo play bumps. Once again, Simos jumps too early. Luckily enough for him, no one there to punish them for the overcommit.
A little bit too complicated from G1. It was an open goal, missed chance. Atomic waiting for this on the far side. Nas helps carry it. Tekos, Nas does well to react, and Tekos carries on his way. Harrying from Nas, but Tekos unable to get past the first man. Dimas going all the way back to the backboard, and out from the backboard he comes, halfway line. But not going to get past Atomic.
Good control, but not good enough, and that means that they have to go back to the defensive end once again. Nas in an awkward position is Dorito, looking for the solo play, gets it over one, but gets bumped away. That's the important part to do, as this is a good passing play from Simas, and Tekos bound forward once again. It's dying, going high, not being blocked off so far, and means that he has more time to go forward once again. Tekos takes control though, brings us back down, brings us back into the breathing moment as we need to breathe quickly. That one bouncing down.
No shots on target last game for Dorito. That almost one of the prettiest and most astute goals that we've seen of the series. And here he is again to Dying. Massive moment, massive save, although it isn't registered for some reason by the system. SK Gaming, they are definitely on the back foot. They need to relieve the pressure. Dying with another challenge win. Dorito, that shot with too much mustard. Nas breaks the lines. Simas on the chase, but Dying's back in town to shepherd this into the midfield again.
We ask about mustard. Where's the ketchup? Where's the mayo? Because Simas has it all ready.
The condiment tray. Choose your sauce. Oh, beautiful pass. Lovely call from Simas to poke that home. Not unsavable, but catches out the defense at the right time when they were still rotating back into a defensive position. But they lose on the kickoff and throw it all away within seconds.
Atomic says, I don't want any of your sauces. I'm just gonna head this home. He's probably a plain guy, just using mayo. Knows what he wants, knows what he gets. And the goal is what he gets this time.
They're a fan of Zhu. And he asked, hey, SK, are Zhu ready? And that's my pump for the day. Thank you very much, folks. I'll see you next time.
Goodbye, Relic, but he still has to hang on a little longer, just as G1 has to hang on a little longer in this match, but not for long. Maybe if Nas gets something out of this one, but not on this shot. And Tekos doesn't have control. Tries to leave it alone, but this could actually leave a counter-attack open. Luckily enough for SK Gaming, Tekos was there.
I like the idea. Again, a bit too confangled for my own liking, and Atomic misses what would have been surely the goal that puts the knife into the heart. And Atomic has accidentally recycled it here. Lovely bump from Tekos downfield. It's Simmer.
No!
Oh, unfortunate.
No!
And another shot goes wide. The woodwork on either side of this goalmouth doing wonders for G1.
The 1, the 2, the 3, they all don't want to go into the net. Tekos is like, I have to do this myself then. Flip reset, over one, into the middle. Simos misses the ball, did not read the play. And Atomic gets the ball away, but only as far as Tekos once again. He's truly trying to get his team to the front line, but so is Atomic.
Look at this high press, works well. At this stage, G1 would do well to keep possession of the ball and most crucially get it away from SK. Even if it's into no man's land, there's only 35 seconds to find another, and that would only be OT worth remembering here for SK Gaming. No double bracket elimination on the line, remember, Spooks. It's go hard or go home.
Go hard or go home, and Atomic wants to go through the defenders once again. This ball to the middle, dying. Ready? Hit the shot, and you knew it was coming. The second that ball entered the air, Relic, you all saw it.
There was only so much that Tekos could do, and Simas simply not fast enough. Dying, excellent accuracy, great power behind it, and that is it probably for SK Gaming here in game number 4. Game number 5 awaits, and G1 looking for that grand final appearance as the reigning champions.
In the words of some friends I have, even if it's 10 seconds and you need 5 goals, it's still winnable. But I don't think this one is winnable anymore. Dying, just wasting more time. Shot is on target, 2 people commit for it, but it doesn't matter. The ball just gets put away. Maybe one more for the road home. Simas banks it forward once again. Atomic into the middle, trying to get one more goal. Nas, what can you do? No freestyle moment for you. And Dorito doesn't want to make it end either.
They're just a level above right now, G1.
Yeah.
I don't think they're playing at their best. And this really is where I do want to praise unto SK Gaming, because I think that they are also playing very well. They are limiting what G1 want to do with the ball, but we've got to be real. G1 wasted a number of chances here in this game. SK did as well, but I think that if we had like an XG table, I think G1's chance creation was better than what SK put on the table. We get very excited because SK are punching upwards, G1 punching downwards, but G1 showing respect to their opponents, and that's lovely to see for any of the top teams here in Rising Stars Odyssey.
The big thing I want from SK Gaming is I want them to be more ready to punish the defensive mistakes of G1. To punish and be ready to shoot that ball on the net. Because let's be honest, yes, G1 is playing really well, but most of that strength lies in their offensive speed. Their speed overall has been nuts, but defensively, there are mishaps, there are mistakes, there are cracks in that beautiful Spanish wall. So use those cracks, use those opportunities, break through, and show what you're made of, SK Gaming.
It's time to put the hard hats on. We're going constructing, but will we see a 4-1 victory for G1 built? Or will a statue in SK's honor be heading skywards as they look for the reverse Spaceman sweep? We head to the Deny Canyon. What?
They're not looking for just the reverse. They're looking to keep their lives alive right now.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. And whether they do or do not, let us praise this team. This is as far as they've gotten in the Rising Stars Odyssey. They've been here 3 times before, had to get through open qualifiers. There's something about them, but maybe still a little more time in the oven, Spooks. I guess we're going to find out.
There's a lot of cooking jokes to be made with me and Relic, but the 2 chefs, or 3 chefs, I should say, that are currently cooking is still G1. And what are they cooking? A beautiful dish, maybe a beautiful pass up forward, but Nas blocks it off, says denied. This is not what I ordered.
Atomic taken out for his troubles. And that shot harmless off the backboard. Simas, supported by Tekos. Simas is taken out, and that ball doesn't fall kindly. Here's Tekos. Goes infield, over Dorito, looking for Simas. Simas chased away by Atomic. Falls on that 100 boost rather fortuitously. Simas looking for the challenge, picks the pocket, on target, oh my goodness, away! Massive save from Dying, lovely short shot from Nas. Oh, it all fell apart so quickly.
It all went so quickly. This ball should have never been this dangerous, but for some reason it gains the speed that we never expected to see. And Nas, the smart play, drops it down low. We asked, what are they cooking? Well, they're cooking something special.
I think they left the cooking unattended. It was very quickly a kitchen fire. And Dying looking to put it out, but that shot is saved away by Tekos. Here's Simas going underneath Dorito. Lovely, and wins the second challenge too. Dorito cleaning up. The mop is out. Can they break into something of a counter-attack here? Well, it's snuffed pretty quickly. And here's Simas with a bit of medicine of his own, 2-0.
The mop is out, but it's not closing time just yet, Relic. SK Gaming once more. They're here for the after party.
He's a Season 1 dunk master, but no dunk required. The shooting lane was open. It was merely about the application. SK Gaming, a much more convincing 2 minutes, a much more convincing 2-0 lead than what we saw, so long ago now at Utopia Coliseum. But this, very different in terms of the storyline, Spooks. G1, the architects of their own downfall as far as I'm concerned.
Beautifully put, as this ball is beautifully put by Tekos to the side, but Dying takes it over. It's like, yep, these game plans, I want them for myself. And Atomic from the ceiling once again, please not again. He tries it, but he fails, and the goal is open. Nas has time, but no boost in the tank. Smartly done to put it to the side. Just wait a bit more time, get the ball from the ceiling. But this one will have to wait a bit longer.
I am impressed by the fact that they want more, but a bit more game management would be smart here from SK. Lucky to get away with that previous attack. Might not be so lucky this time.
I previously called them a wave. G1 is one big tsunami that just waltzes over you at times, and especially in offense. They just genuinely feel like a big wave you cannot escape. And this time around, they haven't escaped. SK Gaming back to the 2-1 scenario. You called it earlier. They already lost the 2-0 lead once. Are they gonna happen again?
It doesn't help if you damage your own boat, though. Double commit is what gave G1 the purchase to be able to do what they did. Here's Atomic with a short pass. Sells everybody short, to be fair. Nobody quite on the same wavelength as what he was planning. Here's Nas to pick up the pieces in the midfield. A little bit of this to work with. Got the flip reset. In front of net, it's Simas looking for the bump was Nas. Dorito avoids, makes the save.
Pass into the middle, Tekos cannot find anyone, has to do it solo. Nas once again looking for the wall. A pass away from Atomic, given away to Simas. Simas went low, and Tekos went high. Not the best communication from those two coming through as Nas communicates that he has control. Wants to take it low, good 50 going into the middle. Simas goes high, this could be the opportunity to make it 2 once again. But Dorito takes it slow into the side.
And he goes all the way into the opposition half where he finds Nas. Returns to center Simas. That was lovely off the post. Away it goes. Tekos goes infield looking for Nas, but Nas knows that he can't commit. Goes for the 100 steal instead. Smart play, but there's a huge pinch into the opposite corner. Spikes up high. Oh, it's wonderful. Oh, what a read from Dying.
Dying reads it perfectly. The 2-2 established the tie back up. But Tekos did not read it in time. He could not see it coming. The speed at which that ball flew high, the speed at which G1 is playing right now, it's all too much for SK to handle.
Hold on a second. I've seen this episode before. And
I don't like how it ended last time, though.
Not if you're an SK Gaming fan, most certainly. But will it even require overtime? Or are G1 going to get the job done?
The SK show gonna get another season. They have to win this one to keep it alive. Tekos not being able to go forward this time around. This one is awkward for G1. A miss coming through from Tekos gives more time to the defense that had 0 boost. That was not gonna be surviving for long. Dorito to the side, also low on boost. And you see that G1, they're struggling right now, but so is SK Gaming for shots.
It's a beautiful Aurora-laden sky But beauty is the last thing on SK's mind. They've got to get a goal, and no matter how it comes, they just want it to go in. But quite frankly, it's G1.
Oh.
It's all G1.
Dorito! Once again, this is not freestyle training, G1. What are you guys doing?
They turned it on at the right time, at the best time, at the most demoralizing time. Seconds remain for SK to stay alive. Quarterfinal, semi-final. Does it end here? Simas, and there's Nash too easy to read. SK can't handle the pressure. G1 grand finalists for a second consecutive time.
A different roster, the same storyline. G1 is there once again to live into the finals. But what a way. They were down 2-0 this game. You thought they were out. I thought they were out. I thought they were never going to be coming back into this game at all. But they proved us wrong. They said to us, no, you guys don't know what you're talking about, you analysts, you casters. We are here to show the glory that is G1. This offensive team cannot be stopped.
An ode to SK once again. In some regards, in some respects, I feel like the 4-1 is harsh. But
It is.
Rocket League Esports is harsh, Spooks.
Definitely.
And if you don't get the goals across the line within that microcosm of a 5-minute period, those are the most important points at the end of the day. Match points, not the goals.
Match points, not the goals. And I'm just looking at this. The scariest part for me right now, Relic, is that in these scenarios, normally we think like, oh yeah, one team has been slightly better. But G1 through the entire day, yes, they've lost a game every single series they played, have been looking so insanely good, so insanely quick. They are playing our type of Rocket League I don't expect to see from a team that just got together.
Yeah, and that's really one of the most positive things that any of us could really say about them is, yeah, they've got those new trio vibes. They're a little bit all over the place at times, but the positives are why this trio should most certainly stick together going forward, at least on the basis of this tournament, a tournament that rumbles on. Grab your protein shakes, grab your bros, because Hogan mode is on their way. They're heading up against Charland, and Craftman and Psycho will be taking you through the action after this.
What's with these seats, bro? I thought you had the hookup.
Dude, it's all us retired players get.
Can you believe we're here? Game 7, grand finals of the World Championship?
Yeah, I mean, it's cool and all, but what about me? What about, like, everybody else?
Everybody else?
Yeah, like all the players looking to make it to the next level. Like, what if there was a tournament for them?
Yeah, but who's gonna do that?
Jack dans les airs. Le air des balles de la part de Jack. Le petit buff sur Ips et ça va donner l'ouverture du score. Là derrière, Soyo n'est pas là, la balle touche le sol. Les Genji sont champions majors de Rotterdam.
Ça manque un petit peu de puissance, c'est parfait pour Extra qui va venir.
Hello, and welcome back to Rising Stars Odyssey. Oh boy. SK Gaming, try as they might. Nope, no dice, no chance, no siree. We are continuing with G1 dominance, and it is obvious. It is obvious just how strong that roster is. First team in the grand finals already. I'm here with Craftman and Psycho, and we're going to be touching on that series just very shortly. I think overall we're just going to be looking at the bracket as a whole, just seeing as who is already where, what's still to come, because we still have the second semifinal to go as well as the grand final. The games are going in fast. So far, we've seen a 4-1, 4-0, and then 4-1 on the broadcast over here. But talking about the previous match, Psycho, this G1 just does not care whichever opponent comes around. You